Hi, I'm Michael Wolfhart. I'm the lead songwriter and performer and creator for the Shrews. I've been publishing my music on BandCamp since college, so something like 10 years. And I unfortunately am at an impasse now. The recent merger, buyout, partnership, whatever the appropriate corporate technical term for it is, between BandCamp and Epic Games has put me in, unfortunately, an untenable position where I no longer can use the BandCamp platform guilt-free. For anybody unaware, Epic Games is the company responsible for the video game Fortnite, which is a casino for children. Epic Games itself is owned largely by Tencent, which is a Chinese conglomerate with an ever-growing near monopoly on humongous sectors of the entire global tech market, from video games to social media platforms to music. Using BandCamp creates value for a corporation which has participated in censorship at the behest of the authoritarian Chinese government. Using BandCamp creates value for a company that profits off of asking children to play slot machines. It is no longer a platform that anybody should feel comfortable using. And this pains me to say, because for a very long time BandCamp was the best there was. Spotify, evil, obviously. Tidal, I think mostly a play by big hitters in the industry to corner their own little piece of the market. BandCamp was really the only music platform that was A, popular enough to matter, and B, social enough, sensible enough to care about the artists and workers that its platform supported. BandCamp was a company that, in doing the sort of financial calculus that every company has to do, valued goodwill, the goodwill of the people, enough to participate in BandCamp Fridays, a regular event during which BandCamp gives up its revenue share of purchases. This started during COVID, when musicians were unable to tour, and it was especially difficult for them to make a living, to support themselves, to stay safe. It has continued in support of various marginalized social groups, and it was rewarding to participate in BandCamp Fridays, to buy music off of my wish list more or less willy-nilly, because I knew exactly where it was going to, because BandCamp had the guts to be transparent and to say, you know what, perhaps money comes second here to, if not truly doing the right thing, ethical consumption under capitalism and all that, to at least demonstrating that they had considered doing the right thing. Epic Games purchasing that goodwill for a transaction that has surely netted CEOs, shareholders, and high-ranking executives at BandCamp millions of dollars, it's not the same thing. Fostering goodwill and purchasing goodwill are not the same thing. And the CEO of BandCamp, who has no doubt experienced a massive personal financial windfall of perhaps millions of dollars since this, again, merger, corporate partnership, whatever it technically is, for him to be taking home surely more money than most of us will see in our lives, but to assure the people who use BandCamp that they will continue to earn the same amount of money. It is techno-feudalism. It's an evolution of capitalism that is more horrifying than anything we have had to deal with in the past. At least under capitalism, we had our free time to ourselves. Under techno-feudalism, every waking moment that we spend engaging with others, listening to music, enjoying life at all, if we do it through their pipelines, on their platforms, we are creating value for corporations that as soon as 50 becomes 51, as soon as a large share becomes a majority share, they will use those platforms to oppress us. Epic Games, a few years ago, was in a position to say Tencent only has a 40% share of our company. They will not be allowed to dictate to us censorship policies that fall in line with those dictated by the authoritarian Chinese government. That's a for now statement. That's until it becomes personally financially viable for the CEOs and executives to sell 11% more, and for Tencent to take control of massive swaths of the global media market. And for, in this case, China, which is, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the American financial hegemony is by any stretch of the imagination less evil. It's perhaps simply easier to ignore for somebody of, my complexion and disposition. The fact of the matter is that despite having had weeks to process this news, when I try to open up BandCamp and listen to the artists that I love, I am reminded of how dire a social situation our entire planet is in. As such, music by the Shrews will no longer be hosted on BandCamp as of the end of this month, March 2022. This announcement will be the only thing that stays up. Perhaps, if it's ever stumbled upon by anybody, as a testament to a meager and probably meaningless gesture in the face of corporate consolidation, but that nevertheless someone did something. It saddens me a lot because, like I've said, I enjoyed using BandCamp a lot. I love making music as the Shrews, and I love sharing it. I wish I could still love and share and recommend BandCamp because, as I said, they were the best. And it's no longer the case. So, in the face of that, I'm taking this one small step. I don't think it'll make a difference, not truly to the world's dive headlong into techno-feudalism. I don't think it will change my personal trajectory, because the only way to really avoid the fact that this is happening is to sever all social ties and live as a fugitive in exile away from all technology. It's simply not feasible. But that said, I would encourage anybody listening to follow your heart and ask yourself truly, when corporate maneuverings make you uncomfortable, when the direction our world is heading makes you uneasy, ask if the convenience is worth it. And if the answer is no, do your best to give up that convenience. That's what I'll be trying to do. Probably failing most of the time, but trying in whatever small way I can. So, if you're listening to this and you want to hear music by the Shrews, find a way to message me. And I'll email it to you using Google servers, because, as I said, there's no way to escape this. There are only small ways to stop the ingress into the particularly most beloved parts of our lives. I'll continue to make music. If no one else ever hears it, that's fine. I don't think anyone did in the first place. But I won't host it on BandCamp any longer. So enjoy the shrews for now if you can, and if it's already gone, then blame capitalism. Thanks. Have a good one.